2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war.
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Washington football team taking on the New York Giants.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they enter play here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Jones throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Jones. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll look to throw again. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Second and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, and he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football. I
would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Gibson. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A handoff running left is Gibson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On 3rd down, Hawkins. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Hawkins. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Working with a 2nd and 3. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on 1 throw.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. They'll try the left side. It's Hawkins. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll look to throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down. These two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year, with the Giants winning that one. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. From the 30 on second down, Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Deron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Under pressure, they got him again. Leonard Williams make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
That puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Our score after 1 here on EA Sports. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Gano's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll try the left side with Gibson. Powerful running. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run. It's Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the left side. Gibson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Washington on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hawkins. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 44-yard line.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a give right side. Hawkins. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A handoff for Gibson. And he gets it down to the 32.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Quincy Roche gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? On 2nd down, Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Logan Cook now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Texans out in front as that one is just about to halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Jamison Crowder, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Aaron Jones with 2 touchdown runs. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Jamal Agnew now to return it.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from me a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
A give to Gibson running right.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. He'll look to throw. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run with Gibson. Oh, he bowls over it.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They'll run here with Gibson. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
Back to throw here.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! That's caught. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Jones.
Open man right side is Tony.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw again.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a give to Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19. Operating from the gun. Jones.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts, because he definitely needs some assistance.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And Gano's kick is right through. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Here's 2nd and a yard. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Back to throw now on 1st down. This is complete to Hawkins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Quincy Roche able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So that, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
third down. He'll drop to throw. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one.
Defense.
So a tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And he stopped immediately there.
Cameron Curl with the tackle that time. 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And that is Allen still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Giants on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And the Washington offense going back to work. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. On second down now, it's Hawkins. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York ready to go again offensively. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. He'll drop to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Second and 1. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Colin Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
On first down, it's Hawkins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Hawkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And New York set to take the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the right here to Shepard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Barkley. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. They'll look to throw here.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Pass complete, Samuel.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a dump off here complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Hawkins. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They'll keep it on the ground. Hawkins. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hawkins. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And the kick is good. The young rookie coming through like a 10-year vet. And they will be all smiles in Georgetown tonight as Washington has won it. So a victory here for the Washington football team. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Washington, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7.